Oh yeah, tonight we're getting extreme. We're here in Buena Park, right across the street from Knott's Berry Farm, at the Buena Park Mall, because we're going to do the 17th door. Now, this is their new location this year, and I'm going to show you where it's at after I'm going to let you know my experience. Now, I'm not going to film the inside of it because the 17th door for me, I feel, should be told through stories like it was back in the day before YouTube, when you had to hear from somebody else or one of your friends, and then your imagination played on your brains. So that's what we're doing tonight. Let's get our scare on. On their website, it said that you wanted to park at the 24-hour fitness side of the mall. As you can see, to the left is the Kokorian. Walmart is right there. And as we walk toward this corridor, to right over here, you can see the setup for the field trip. So we're gonna want to head down this corridor right here to get to the 17th door. Now, if you've never been to the 17th door, it is one of the most extreme haunts here in Orange County. But if you do want to experience this, there's some things to keep in mind. You can say mercy at any room at any point if you ever feel comfortable. Now, they're not here to torture you. They're here to have fun. Safety is key, and they keep that in mind when you're going through. So remember, if you don't like a room, go ahead and say mercy. They'll get you out of there. My goal tonight is to go through every single one without saying mercy. We're here at the entrance. I start at 8 o'clock. Let's go. Now, when you first enter this holding area, the waiver signing area is going to be immediately to your left, right over there at the table. Here we are. Now, this area location right now is the Sugar Plum area. You do have to sign a waiver to get to the 17th door. And what I overheard outside one of the security guys saying is that they signed a 10-year deal for this area. Now, this is the general admission right here, and they are legit, dude. He has a cattle prod right there, and he's walking down line, getting pretty close to people. See, look, oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, we got lucky. Y'all just saw it right there, bro. This is the real deal. If he feels like tasing you, technically you signed a waiver. So all he has to do is go zap. So just be warned about that. Just be warned. It might happen to you. It could happen to you. It will happen to you. Now, before we got to this holding area, we had to walk down this long white corridor, which was really unnerving because I didn't know if anybody was going to pop out at us. Luckily, nobody did. And before we get inside, a little backstory. The 17th door, we're actually in a penitentiary, and we are inmates, and our goal is to escape. Now, every year they have a different story, so I'm interested to see what the storyline is going to be this year. I heard that they're bringing back some fan favorites that I've never experienced. Now, be careful. If you are a chick with eyelashes, they're going to rip your eyelashes off, and they're going to put it right there on the wall. Just got done with 17th door, and now, spoiler alert, if you do not want to know anything about the 17th door this year, click off immediately right now. Now, I will not talk about every single room because I don't want to give everything away, but we do have some returning favorites this year. We have one that we did lose that I did not like at all, and that's the electric chair. So you are a brand new inmate at this new penitentiary, and you are trying to escape. So you start off like you have years prior on a bus, and it takes you into the penitentiary. From there, you got off and you went in a literal quarantine room, and they shoot some fog in your face, and they stick a mask in your face like this, and it suctions up like really hard. And I can't believe I forget about the barber. Now, be warned, if you do sit in the barber seat, you will get your head shaved. They do shave a 17 in the back of your head. I was thinking my hair is getting long, so I sat in the barber. And this is what your hair is going to look like if you sit in it. Here's the back of my head you should be able to see a 17 in there. So if you do sit in the barber seat, be warned, you're gonna get your head shaved. Just be warned, guys. You're sitting in a room, surveillance room, you're looking at a TV, and you notice the people in another room. This clown comes out with a taser, and he gets them in a corner, and you can see them hurtling in a corner, and he gets the guy like 3 times, and you see him run across the screen, and then he opens up a door looking in our room. He's like, you guys like what you see? You guys want to see more? And he shuts the door, and he bum rushes to people again. And these are real cattle prods, people. And you see the people curdling in the corner going, and he's zapping him again. He opens up the door. You guys want to see more? You guys want to see more? He zaps him again, dude. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, these people, are we going to go through that? Well, all of a sudden, he opens the door and there's nothing there. A guy jumps out from behind us with a taser, and he singles me out, and he goes, bah! Right on the arm and right on the chest, and he stuck it there for a second. And he zapped me hard, bro. I'm telling you, dude, that taser hurt so bad. And he goes, ha ha ha, how about you put that in your video? He did warn me last year that if I did come this year, he was gonna tase me, and he tased me twice. Really, really good. Another room that I will forewarn you guys about is the butcher room. The butcher has some chickens, dead ones, real actual dead chickens. And he's like, dude, he put it like on my neck, slapped it in my face, got the neck, was like, slap. He was putting the chicken in, people's faces. And I wanted to make sure that the chickens are real. So before we moved on to the next room, there was a little sink over here. I walked up to it, I expected it. I touched the chicken myself. It's real chickens, dude, real dead chickens. A returning favorite for me is the firing squad. You will stand in a middle container and they will put a black hood over your head. You will turn around, you'll put your hands up, and on the opposite end are people that are gonna be firing out of an M16, and they shoot these little Nerf things at you. Now you can squeeze it, it is a little hard, so when it hits you, it stings, but you can handle it. Another room that I will talk about is the latex room is back. And the 17th door this year, surprisingly, is not terrifying. It's actually really, really fun. I'm not gonna talk about the 17th door because you don't need to prep for it. You just need to enjoy it. So a couple of rooms that I did remember, the long room was pretty cool. So you're sitting there and it looks like a dead end, and you are talking to a janitor and he's asking you, what are you doing here? Amy's not gonna like it. At least I believe her name was Amy. And I was on edge, bro, because there was a wall behind me and I was like, oh. And then right in front of us, the door's open and it's this long white corridor. And all of a sudden, bing, this white flash of light, and you see somebody, a stilt walker at the very end. And just the whole scene of them slowly walking up and then the strobe light going off was really cool. I'm not going to tell you the rest of that because I don't want to ruin it. Another new room was cool. I don't know what kind of room it was. You walk in there and she's looking at me. She says, you seem like you're on edge. I said, a little bit. She's like, is this your first time in jail? I said, yeah. And she's like, what happens? Not making very much friends? I said, nah. I said, last friends tased me. And she started laughing. She said, well, you want to meet my friend? She comes up and here's a dead body hanging here. And she said the girl's name. I forgot what it is. And then all of a sudden, she want me to meet my other friend? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, right behind me, boom, this body drops. I was like, oh. Now, there is more to that room. I'm just going to say there's a big boom for the next person that searches for her friend. So, my thoughts of the 17th door this year. The 17th door this year, dude, was really, really fun. Now, past years, it was kind of terrifying. So if you're on the ropes about going, I will say the 17th door is a little tamer than it was last year. So if you have guts, bro, and you want to try an extreme haunt, I can highly recommend you checking out the 17th door. Now, I did not do the field trip, but I think I might have to go back before the end of the haunt season to go get tased one last time. So if you have any questions further about the 17th door, comment down below. I'll go ahead and answer your questions. Really appreciate you taking time out of your day today watching this video. You guys have a great night. If you liked the video, give it a big like. If you haven't subscribed, go subscribe. And I will catch you next video. Good tase, bro. You got me. Deuces.